Welcome to VCT Theory. I'm Izzy and I'm joined by Darda, and we are just two friends that are heavily invested in VCT, and we just want to give our thoughts and opinions on anything and everything related to Pro Valorant. As you can see by the title of today's video, we're going to be talking about VCT America's roster changes. So let's get right into it.
All right. So what do you think 100 Thieves is going to do after they announced that basically every member of 100 Thieves is open to exploring their options, and who should they keep if they choose to keep some players, and who do you think should get moved around?
See, 100 Thieves, like, I never liked that team. Um, I think they should keep Cryo. I think he should move on to do like what Demon One does, because I was tired of seeing all these duelists that were standout duelists that just could not play any other duelist as like the main Jet Rays. Can't even play Rays actually. But like just have him play a Senti role like Demon One does right now. And then like keep Cryo and just build around that. Have him be hard Senti and have other players that shine on other roles. Like I think like literally like they can probably keep Kess. No, they should keep EU and they should keep Cryo. I think EU and Kess clash because they're both info initiators, so Kess could find a better team to play on. If I'm keeping it a buck. But yeah, keep EU, keep Cryo, and find somebody else that can play Duelist, Smokes, Initiator, and then like I don't know what to do about the coaching shit. They might just need somebody new if Zix isn't good enough for them, in my opinion.
Yeah, I kind of agree with the Zix call there. I think he's a pretty good, probably a good tactical coach, but I haven't really seen anything like even in the on stage interviews we saw in stage one and stage two. He doesn't really seem like a confident coach in his like own ability to like guide the team, and I think that the head coach role really is that. So I think he could lay back as the assistant coach and just keep giving his intel, but I don't think he's really fit for the head coach role. And as for the team, I take a different approach. I think Pryoshu should be free. I think they should. He's
Really?
in the jail right now. They should let him free, and then they should get a lot of money, hopefully, or assets for him to bring around the team. But I think the only real good player that I would keep that you really can't do anything is, as you said, I would keep EU. He's always been doing his good job. He's kind of like the baiter info initiator, but he does a great job at
Yeah.
it. So I think you can keep him there. Find a better IGL, although Xander is pretty fine at his job. Kess, again, I think he did a phenomenal job for like just how little time he had,
Mm-hmm.
but I think he might be fit for a better team. I think you get rid of Cryo, get a lot of like assets from him, get it like a hard duelist. I don't know who you'd bring in, but like let's say somebody of like Jaws caliber. Try to if you're building a super team, and then I think you have to get rid of Asuna. Has had his tenure for too long.
Agreed.
Not a bad player by any means, but just
Agreed.
yeah, just kind of outgrew the 100 Thieves system. I would say like it's he's been on the system for too long, and he hasn't really shown why he deserves to be in the system.
So you think cutting Cryo for you said assets? You think? Huh. I'm trying to. I can't get by that because I just feel like Cryo is just too good on that team. I think he's too good. I think no matter what, they can get players without cutting Cryo if they want to build their super team. I mean, like I can't even see Cryo going on to another team and fitting. Like there isn't one in my opinion. Like looking at all these teams, like I don't think there is one.
I mean, I would say the only team that would make sense is that's why I brought up the Jogama one is if they bring a secondary duelist, and like the thing that you said is that if they bring in like a second or him as like the jet player, it could work. Like he kind of replaces Leaf, but obviously Leaf is like already doing a great job. So I don't know. It's a fair take, but I just don't know. Like, I think that if he has the opportunity to leave, I think he will take it since they're giving it, and especially 100 Thieves probably is charging a decent amount for him. But if any team has a space for him, it's kind of like the Verdo situation. I don't think you can like if somebody is like, okay, you can get cryo cells, and it's like you can somehow fit him in your team. You're gonna put him in the team. Like Verno, like we heard all like the bad things, but You can see like how good of a player he was for MIBR,
Yeah.
even with like the forced change to change their language to primary English. So I think that in general, if a team offers anything for cryocells, 100 Thieves has to give them up. But I don't know exactly what they will do to change. You know,
Okay. Heard you. Let's talk about Cloud9. See, I have like some thoughts on that team, but let me hear what you got to say first.
Cloud9, the old Cloud9, the stage 1 and 2 merchants, always good in regular season playoff chokers. They did
Mm-hmm.
pretty good this season though. I will say they were much closer than before. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the team. If I have to be very critical, first thing I'm doing is picking up a new coach. I think that Imi is not necessarily a bad coach. I would say, like for example, if we're comparing coaches to coaches, like we just talked about Zix, he is more the coach to make sense for the head coach role because he is pretty confident. But I just don't think it's working out for him. So I think he can go to another team, and I'm not sure who they should pick up, but I think they just need a coaching change to begin with. Now for the team itself, I am a fan of the net drop. I think he really just didn't fit the system. Not a lot of confidence on the player, but I think they should kind of approach it similar to 100 Thieves. I don't really see any value in keeping Mitch and Zeppa. I know that Zeppa is the glue of the team, so that's why they keep him always. He's like their Zelsis. He's always there with Oxy. I think there's two ways that you can play the team. One is to keep Vic solo. I think he's probably one of the best rookie controllers that have showed up in the scene, and then build around him. Or if you don't want to do that, you can do keep Oxy and Vic. But the reason I say keep Vic over Oxy is because again, I just think like somebody like Cryo, somebody like Oxy. I would say Oxy's even more valuable because he can play all the duelists. You can get a lot of stuff back. But I do think that he's really good. I don't think C9 is giving their franchise player off Oxy for cheap at all. So I would say Oxy, Vic. Uh, you can even keep Zeppa if that's the thought process. I would get rid of him, get another player in, and then they definitely need a new IGL because I think Mitch is like a great player, but sometimes he falls short within the calls, or I'm not sure how that works out, to be honest. That could be like a head coach, like a coaching error, but sometimes their play just looks too simple. It's like really the idea that like Oxy go kill, or like they just rely on hero rounds. It's like a bunch of players that need hero rounds, and two players don't give them any hero rounds, so makes it pretty difficult for the team to thrive. What about you? What do you think?
You know, I actually like disagree with you on like so many different things. I don't think they dropped that. I don't think they dropped anybody. I think this is the team besides the coach. Imi can go. Listen, I'm not even a C9 fan, and I genuinely feel like this is the first time that I saw a C9 team that felt like give them a little bit more time and they can prosper. I think you don't drop Net because I think he's literally the life of the team. There's nobody else standing up, cheering on. There's no one standing up, taunting the other team, doing anything that Net would do. Like I don't think you get rid of that. Like Oxy's still gonna be the young one and all the other shit, but it's like, nah, you don't get rid of that. So I disagree with that. I listen. I don't even like Zeppa, all right, but that team looked good. Like they finally felt like they finally had something mesh well with this team. I,
Yeah, so well, I guess I'll bounce another question back to
all
you.
right, go
Well,
ahead.
he's the only person who's on inactive on the roster because they did a like he said they're allowing him to explore options. So clearly the team isn't so in favor of keeping Nets. So if he's let go, who do you like if that is the case, who do you replace him with? Or like would you look to like another team, or would you go back to like ascension teams? Like how do you think like if they're already on the idea that he's an inactive player, they're giving him options to explore, do you think that that's because they want to get value out of him, or that's just because they don't want to play with him anymore?
Uh, I don't know, cause the thing about Net is it's just weird, cause like he goes team to team, gets dropped time and time again. It's just like it just feels like he's just I it just feels like he's just not good to teams. I think he should stay because I feel like he is, I'm not gonna say I think Net is good. All right, I'm not gonna be on a high horse about Net. It's just I just feel like the team actually mesh well to push them this far ahead to what to honestly their best place because they don't ever
Yeah, I
do
will.
anything
I
in
will.
playoffs.
I'll agree with you on that. Is that it's just that this is the best looking C9 that
Yeah,
C9's had. So I think that's a fair point. But yeah, I mean, we can agree to disagree. It's.
I mean,
I
listen,
think.
if
I
if
think
he's
big. I think
inactive,
big changes
so be
coming
it.
are. Yeah.
If he's
Yeah.
inactive,
Big
then
changes.
nothing you can really do about it. If anything, they need to get a player like Yay. Honestly, they could bring back C9 Yay if they really wanted to. Cause Yay,
C9. Yeah. I like that.
cause
I
Yay,
like that.
cause Yay played a Senti role. You know what I'm saying? And if they want to get
Hmm.
somebody and they drop that and Yay's on the market, I don't see why not. You know?
I do like that. I do like that. Yeah. That's. I think that's a fair critique right there.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to EG. What do you think about EG? I would say pretty underwhelming season again for them, but it's not like they have great players. They have a Yay, not really playing bad anymore. Was rough start, but he's playing fine now. And what do you think about the team? What should they do?
Fuck, bro. Every time I think about EG, I just think like it's just a sad team that picks up players that see if they work well together, really. But I don't know. It's just hard because like it's possible. They had that happen before. They had a sad team and they fucking won champs. It's just tough. When it comes to everybody on EG right now, I think Potter's an untouchable. So I don't even need to talk about the coach, but I don't know. Icy feels underwhelming. Nature feels like an underwhelming IGL as well. I really do like Superman. He's remarkable. I think Gay's really good because he's playing better now. But they allowed him to like explore options, right? Or was it just Derek?
It's just Derek, I think,
Okay,
as far as I'm aware, this exploring options.
okay. Derek. I think Derek's a really good info initiator. I think he can find another team, whether it be uh shit, maybe Sentinels, Leviathan. I don't know. If Loud goes full on, Americas, we'll see. What's it called? Foreign and not like Brazilian, and we'll see. But hmm, I don't know. It's really hard to gauge on this team. It's just hard because you don't really see like something spectacular coming out of like these players besides Superman, in my opinion. Everybody else feels very like Ye is playing better, but it's not like he's gonna get talked about as like a one of those type of senties. So
Yeah, I would say it's I would we're pretty much same ideas at least for EG here. I think that you have to keep Potter. Potter is like the only reason these teams somehow keep making it to playoffs, whether it be like kind of by luck this season because Group Alpha was clearly the much worse team here with 2G and FURIA on them, so
hmm
letting them to get to playoffs. But I do think Potter has the ability to, as you said, like turn any like they're always a dark horse, no matter
yeah,
what's who the players are, what's going on. And as for the players, I would say, yeah, I'm not. I don't think like the problem is like all these players other than Ye, but Ye is not even playing well. You can't really get value out of like trying to give them to another team.
yeah,
Icy's never been a bad duelist, but he's also never been someone who makes
like a
direct
superstar.
impact.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's not a consistent player. Sometimes he's great, sometimes he's average. Nature has his rounds. Calling's pretty good, but again, as you said, like I don't really see anything. Derek is actually surprising to me that that's the first person that they're kind of letting go of because I think he's been getting back up to his like original form.
yeah,
But again, that original form isn't that great. Ye is also improving, and as you said, I don't know. Superman, like the I would say controller is probably if you are a hard controller, it's probably not one of the most difficult roles. You don't really have to do much, but in every iteration, Superman, although his age is going up, I think he's just solid as a rock always. So if you had to keep a player and then work with others, you can keep Superman and Ye. They're ready. They're like letting go of Derek for some reason, and then you rework with Nature and Ice, or like you get rid of Nature and Icy and rework from that. But I just think that the problem with EG is that they work with the scraps. It's not a team that's willing to pay big bucks for like a better Icy or a better Nature.
yeah.
I mean, I do think that it's a cool, intriguing idea now that John QT may not be on Sen. Maybe we can get John QT on EG.
Hey, that'd be
Uh,
Oh
That
wait,
that
they
that could be a
E-
that
E-
could be a shout.
EG could run up old Ghost Gaming if they really wanted to do something with that. But
Yeah, I think that's great. Yeah, I mean it's they can the thing is EG has the power to do these things. I just don't know if they're willing. So that's why they
yeah,
always have this like dark horse team. So I don't really like you can't really rate them low or high because it's just this it's been the same thing every year, although they've won champs because it was
yeah,
the same thing then as well, you know?
yeah. You know what just got me thinking is like if EG were to get like if Superman left EG and we were talking about Hundred Thieves earlier, I think if they picked up Superman, like in my roster iteration right now would have like Cryo, Superman, and Eve. So like they would have a good smokes. They got info and they got I put Cryo on Senti. I'm not putting him on duelist. I think they can get a better duelist and find one sometime soon. But like you know what I started thinking about was like the old Rise roster. And
Mm-hmm.
if they man
Shanks is 1 week courier, yeah.
if, if they manage to put something like that together for like Honey Thieves, like it might not be the full roster again because no one's picking up Shanks. Who's playing with Shanks? It's Shanks. Um, sorry, that was, but it's just like
That's crazy work. But yeah, fair enough, fair enough. It's
but
Shanks, it's Shanks, you know.
they could run that up again on the Thieves. Like I think they'd be actually a scarier team if they had that
Yeah, I
roster.
agree. I think that's some cool ideas here. I agree. I guess that's all I have to say for EG.
Yeah, and it's very lackluster. Really, not much you could really say about them. It's just once a mid team, always a mid team. Uh,
Yep.
fluke run. Let me stop. Let me stop.
uh,
Now we got a team that bottom of the barrel Americas. People have been asking for them to get out the league. Let's talk about Furia. I have no
yeah,
thoughts.
man.
Go
Yeah, no
ahead.
thoughts. Yeah, I mean,
Well,
I don't know, man. It's bottom of the barrel team almost every year. It's kind of crazy because actually their CS roster, right? Their CS roster went
yeah.
international recently, very
Oh,
recently, and they're a really good team. Like they've risen up the ranks. So I think obviously what everybody's been suggesting is that at least bring in some international talent, some NA talent. I don't know whether it's international, doesn't really matter. NA
hmm
could bring something in, but there has been leaks that if they are staying full Brazilian, they are supposedly bringing Cortesia in for Urango, and
okay.
then Tui's is also inactive. So um, Artson's also being talked to from MIBR. So let's hear your thoughts on this, just those two leaks. I would say obviously massive upgrades for
Oh,
both.
100%.
Although Tui's, I would say it's kind of rough because his role keeps getting swapped. This
Yeah.
guy's sometimes on controller, sometimes. But I think if we're being like, if we're going off of recency bias and just recent performance, even though you saw Artson like struggle in the later stages, I think he's a great player. And then Cortesia, I mean, man, I don't even know how MIBR are letting go of him. It
Yeah,
just doesn't make sense to
that's
me.
what I wanted to
It's a
talk about as well.
Sentinel Rookie of the Year, man.
Yeah, I was outrageous even like here. Like the MMBR room was like it was great. And the fact is Cortesia like last person to even think about being allowed to look at options. Like Cortez is like literally the life of that team. Like we know Ash is like a silent killer. You know, what's it called? Verno was just gonna do his things in game all the time, but like Cortez is the one that brings life to the team. He's standing up, cheering his teammates on. I don't get why. Like even when I was talking about C9 earlier, it's like it doesn't make sense to me when the teams are dropping the player that keeps your team alive. And by alive, I'm talking about like life into them. Because all of these teams, whenever things get bad, they tend to just crash and burn. So it's like, if anything, Fury is gonna get like they're gonna be better with Cortez on their team. But the thing is, like Fury, no matter who's on that team, they ended up just being ass completely. Like
Yeah, it's a rough.
We had Tui's
Yeah,
playing on loud, and he was playing great. We got Tui's on Fury, and it's like, I got nothing to say.
yeah, it's the Furia curse. Yeah, I agree. I do think that they need maybe international, if not international. I don't even know. Like if we're thinking about players on the team right now, so like the only two remaining players are Heat and Paula. Heat again was also a great player,
Yeah,
true.
on crew.
Uh, and just this season, I would say like you don't even see it, but it's like he's I don't see impact. He's like although he's supposedly the best player rating wise on this team, I don't see the impact. So I don't know. I don't even know what you do with Heaton Paula, but I mean, I do think that if they are going to keep, those changes are very big.
Yeah.
Especially you bring in a guy with energy. Like as you said, like I don't know. I think that Cortezia is like specifically like he is a better version of the hype man of Zelsis. This guy
Yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah.
I don't like. I personally don't get it. I like if we're gonna just top really quickly, although we'll come back to the MIBR. It doesn't make sense if you're getting rid of Artson. There's arguments for that, but
Mm-hmm.
why are you getting rid of one of the best Sentinels to like
Yeah.
come out in the rookie year and just perform? It just doesn't make sense to me.
At
But
all.
I mean, I guess that's perfect for FURIA. That's I mean, you
Yeah.
have to snatch that as fast as you
Yeah.
can. You know.
Yeah. Shit. Like, I, I think any, like, what's it called? Any South American team is snatching that or taking a chance on them. Who wouldn't? It's
Yeah,
outrageous.
I just agree. Yeah, it doesn't really make sense. But yeah, the problem is we'll see if the FURIA curse prevails or not. But I
I think it
hope
will.
I hope that I hope that they have a better season. You know.
Hey, if they go another 0-10 season, oh my bad, 1-9, they won with American players in tier two. If they go through another terrible, terrible season, it's just like is it a riot thing? Like is it like do they need to like have a North American, South American leagues, or is it just like
Yeah, it's just
what
rough.
is it?
I don't even know. I don't even
Because
know. It's just they need to either somehow pick up great Brazilian players or South American players, or they need to at least they need to mix like MIBR did this year. They need to bring in a Verno. They need to bring in a shooter or whatever, a better caller, anything.
yeah,
And I think their team definitely starts playing better. But yeah, I mean, that's all I have. I'm kind of hoping that they don't go 1-9 and 2-10, just
yeah.
terrible
If
seasons, you know?
if anything, it's probably just getting a better caller. I think a better caller helps a lot of teams because a lot of players have the passion, but they just don't have the calling capabilities. So it's like MIBR is literally night and day, night and day. Like literally, they were, even though they had Aspas, they still weren't like the best. They got Verno and he's calling now, and they made top six of champs. They're remarkable. It's
Yeah,
just
crazy run.
yeah,
Crew, man,
yep,
Riot or Valorant's golden child, somehow making champs every single year up
yep.
until this year, finally
Mm-hmm.
got stopped at playoffs. As far as I know, there's not really much about the rebuild. They're just keeping Dante, rookie duelist. I think he did okay. I would say nothing special out of him really. And then they're getting rid of everybody else. I think the only thing I have to really say is that I'm kind of surprised by the Kesnet getting replaced. I think that was like
Yeah.
part of their core identity, the double dive, the double duelist. But I guess they're just not going that route. So I'm a little bit surprised by the Kesnet drop. But
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, I would say like it's fair if they're just doing a total rebuild. You can get rid of him and work off of that. But yeah, I mean, I guess the crew, the Golden Child era is gone. It's a new crew, so I'm not sure what they would do actually.
I feel like it's weird because when you think of crew, you think of Kesnet, right? And then like they got Dante, who seemed like the two of them like grew up like not grew up but like their gamer tags were part of like the same type of group or something because they got the deuce at the end of it, right? I don't know what that means, but it's just like if they were doing a double dive, I think it it works fine. We just saw DRX literally do that. I think they should have just took in what DRX did and try to put it into their own playstyle. They could definitely run a waylay Yoru on every map if they really wanted to. There's no way crew can do that. There's no way. It's not even. But what's it called?
Yeah, just I think you just need the waylay player, and I think that
Yeah,
the
they can
only
get
thing
that.
that yeah they can get that I'm the only thing now that I'm thinking about is that it's not even that big of a problem. But Kesnet's duelist pool wasn't that big. Great race player, great jet player, but then
Mm-hmm.
They moved him for the Dante jet, and then
Yep.
they eventually brought him away because they realized that Dante's jet's good, but
Mm-hmm.
Kesnet can't play Yoru or Neon at all.
Yeah.
He's bad. So they ended up so like that could be a reason. I mean, I also have to just vouch for the boy Shy, you know. I don't think he ever does a bad like he has his bad games, you know.
Yeah.
They're visible. I'm not I can't really say too much about Mazzino or Melzer. I haven't rated them highly ever. Mazzino was great during like a small run, but like I have to vouch for the boy Shy, you know, just
No,
another
hundred
solid
percent,
rock, you know. Yeah,
hundred
just a
percent.
rock of a sentinel. Doesn't really have his flaws. He didn't play a great season. You can't really say that he played a great season, but he's just always been great. I hope he gets picked up either on one of the South American teams or somebody just picks him up because I think there's just like there's no really big faults in his game. I can't
Yeah,
really
yeah.
say anything about that.
Nah, I've always liked Shy as well. Even when he was on Leviathan, I always liked him. I thought when he got moved from Leviathan to Crew, I thought Crew was actually gonna one whenever they make it to champs. Because I'm saying whenever because they made it every year. I was like whenever they make it to champs, they might go on a better run this time because they got Shy. I feel like Shy was actually like really good. Melzer, I really got nothing to say. I know he got nice ass clutches, you know, good calling. Um, but that's really all there is to it. I think the Kesnet. I gotta go back to the Kesnet thing. It's just mind boggling to me because it's just like he's the reason that they've gotten to the strides that they've gotten. I feel like
Yeah,
uh,
he is their impact. Like
yeah,
when he's on, they're on. Like
yeah.
it's
He's,
like the
he's
little.
also
It's like he's kind of like a second Ye.
yeah,
He's
but
kind of fell off, but like he is
he's.
their big dude.
I feel like he's also their veteran. He's the one that will actually take them there. Like he's the experience because the team
Yeah,
is still very young. And like
yeah.
Mazzino's, I think Mazzino's always gonna be a good player no matter what. Um,
Yeah, it just didn't work out, I guess, in this
yeah,
iteration. He's not a bad player. Like I would say this is like the one team that doesn't have bad players,
hmm
but it just didn't work out for them. It's like
it's
it
like
is what it is.
it's like
And
an
then you just got to get
NRG
a shuffle going. Yeah,
where you have good
yeah,
players, but it just doesn't work out. I feel like they should have.
yeah.
I feel like it's what either an IGL issue, a coaching issue, or a role issue. Like I feel like there's times when if you guys all know that you're all really good at what you do, you just try other things instead of the thing that you thought would be working. But sometimes shit just doesn't work out well. So really nothing you can really do about crew.
Yeah, I'd have to just agree. And yeah, I think we'll see a better version of Crew, hopefully. And if we don't, we're gonna get another miracle run by them or
Yeah.
something like that. So
Yeah, hopefully
it's
honestly.
not really Crew's always solid.
Yeah. Leviathan. This team is interesting, really. What you gotta say about it?
Um, I don't know. I don't have much to say other than that they tried the international route, but it
Mm-hmm.
was clear that the only reason they were succeeding and the only reason they even succeeded again was because they have a freaking insane player.
Yep.
Last year was Aspas carrying them
Yep.
somehow all the way to champs, even a deep run in champs,
Yep. Top three.
and top three. And then this time they got the guy Sato. They freaking pick up a prodigy, like insane player,
Yep.
insane mechanics. But it's obvious that from like what they're doing, as far as I'm aware, Com, Tex, and Oki didn't get a offer back, and they're trying to go back to like a South American core. They're keeping King. I would say his value over the years has gone down.
Kings.
Yeah, King's value has
I'd
gone down.
agree. I'd
Although
agree.
he's like, yeah, he's perma IGL. I would say it's just gone down because he used to be able to perform very nicely alongside IGLing. Maybe his IGLing has improved. You can argue for that, but I think that didn't even matter in this iteration of Lev. This was just literally Sato get 30 kills, will win. Um, if not,
C9.
then yeah, yeah.
Literally
If not,
C9
then it's
clone.
just yeah, it's just C9 clone, just international. Not really. Yeah, I don't know. Not really much can be done. I've there's been the leaks that Spike is going to be brought into the team as part of like another player that they're trying to bring into Lev for the South
Okay.
American core, and obviously great player on 2G, which now is relegated back to Ascension. And I
Rest
think
in
that's just a
peace.
good change. I mean, yeah, it's a great change. What's your thoughts on Spike?
Nah, I like Spike. I like the idea. If Leviathan is getting rid of like the international aspect and going back South American, I think it. I don't know if it's gonna be better because it's just like a lot of these South American teams really just like fall off. Like they really just don't perform when they're full on South American. And like I hate that that's a thing because I would love to actually like have a South American team that can compete against like what's it called? Any of the North American teams. Like you have MIBR, but like, they're majority, South American, the Brazilian, but it's like you have the one, you know.
Yeah,
American
the one
IGL,
factor is that the
who
IGL is
he's
American,
American
so
and he
you
literally
have
just
to,
changes
yeah,
everything.
yeah, it's interesting. I agree. I mean, realistically, I think a lot of moves can be positive for them. Like, I don't necessarily know whether, as you said, like leaving the international thing is good or bad.
Yeah.
But again, there's a bunch of these players that they can bring in. Like you can try a bunch of things. Like you can bring in Tui's if you wanted. You could bring in Shy if you wanted. Like as we were talking about, but you know, it's kind of
Ooh, I
like
like that actually.
I would say like it's like you can bring in I don't know Genem. I don't rate him highly, but you could bring in um some other players. But like I would say that it's just kind of like a South American shuffle that they're gonna be doing. It's just
Yeah.
like okay, pick some players up. They could perform, but again, I think that it's kind of the problem, or not the problem. The main benefit that they have is that it's just kind of gonna go uphill as long as they're able to get a coherent caller
Mm-hmm.
because they just have Sato.
Yeah.
It's just he's gonna keep getting better. There's no way that that player falls off. It's just heroics
You
after
know,
heroics after heroics. It's just gonna be like it's just whether that if that team clicks, they're gonna be in contention. If they don't click, it's gonna be rough.
you just had me thinking about like you said getting shy on Leviathan. I was starting to think like if MIBR really is letting Cortezia go or Cortezia go, it's like imagine Cortezia being on Leviathan with Sato. Like
Yeah, that's a
that,
shooting duo right there.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
I feel like I'm like if Furia throws money at him, so be it. You know they can have him. I think if Leviathan were to have him, that would actually be a team to be for reckoned with. Like
yeah, that's a
genuinely,
scary team. That's a scary team for sure. That's
yeah.
actually a very scary team.
But like I actually really like Leviathan. Like this roster, I thought was pretty cool. You know, I really liked the way they. I really liked the Leviathan versus Cloud9 matches. They were very fucking entertaining. Like just seeing Okeanos and Net go back and forth on that stage was very entertaining. I like that a lot. I thought there was like a lot of passion on this team though. Like I like Sato's passion, King's passion. Tex is really like a silent killer, but you know you always need one of those. And then Okeanos, he was definitely the one that like that was definitely like the loud one on.
Yeah, the loud guy, hype
Yeah,
man. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it was. I would say it was a cool run.
yeah,
They give it their best go. I can't. It's again. It's like one of those teams again that I can't really blame the players. It
yeah,
just
exactly.
didn't work out. I mean, realistically, the only player that I would critique, although it you again as you said, you need a player like Calm because he has the experience. He has it. It's just I haven't seen many good Calm games.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm. Yeah,
yeah.
he's kind of just like an average player. He's there, you know.
He's like a
But
he's a
you
good
kind of
player. You
he
just
brings
throw
in
him
the
on
experience, you
EG.
know.
You know,
Yeah.
just
Yeah, throw him on EG. Yeah,
yeah,
fair
throw him
enough.
on EG.
Yeah.
He'll be fine again. You know, just
Yeah. That's good. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I agree. Again, just to hope it goes well for them, you know.
yeah.
Don't let Sato go to waste. That's all I have to say.
Hey, don't be a C9 because they already did 1 year of being a C9. So like, you got one duelist who really pop off like Oxy, but you won't win unless he pops off. That's not what you want. So get that nigga some help.
Loud man, loud. Gutsy move by them middle of the season to bring in Robbie BK
Mm-hmm.
and Verdi. I think it looked really good in the beginning. Flopped kind of hard as well at the same time. Didn't really go
Yeah.
for them. But what are your thoughts on the rumors? All the rumors that Loud's actually going NA or international. Also, they did say that they're parting ways or allowing Robbie BK to explore their options. So clearly not too happy with their performance. But what are your thoughts on just an NA loud team or an international loud team fully?
Yeah, international team is so crazy because there hasn't been a world where Loud didn't have Brazilians. So I literally couldn't. I can't even imagine it. First, I just want to get a shout out to my dog, Reddy, bro. I was actually happy to see him get signed to Loud and actually play for Loud every single game. I think no matter what anything says, I actually enjoyed watching him play on the stage. He definitely deserves to be there. Um, so I think the move that they made for Lau getting Birdie in initially and all that, I thought it was really good. You know, I thought it was really good. You know, I thought they just needed a little bit more time, I guess. But you know, shit happens. You know, Lau just he fell off a little bit. I think it's crazy to go all NA. I don't. I think it's weird because look show look. Luxo, he exists. He exists. I don't think there's more I can really say. He exists.
Yeah, I was gonna just bounce off of that as well. That was gonna be my shout out. I think another just amazing, just the rookie year, man. They just keep getting better and better.
Yeah.
Amazing player, amazing at his job. Um, I don't know. The only thing I could think about is that let's say he goes to one of these South American rebuilds. Like let's say somehow Furia picks him up.
Okay.
And they're trying to do like a crazy thing. Like they have Cortesia, Luxo, or Luxo, however you want to say it. And they build like that, get a lot of money for him, and then they go NA. I don't see like it doesn't make sense. Loud and NA or Loud and just international, like with dominant international being English speaking is a little weird. But
Yeah.
they can go that route. But yeah, I was gonna say like if we're talking about the players on the team, again, it's just one of those teams where players probably individually good clearly didn't mesh, especially the later half. Like they started okay, only to be fair, as you said, not a lot of time together, just one stage, but it kind of just flopped. They just
Yeah.
kept losing. Can't really fault anybody. I would say I mean, specifically, if you are going to be going that NA route, Verdi speaks perfect English, so you can keep him. I don't think
Yeah.
he's a bad duelist. Clearly, they don't like Robbie BK. I mean, I don't know what that is. He wasn't the greatest IGL, didn't really perform.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of surprised at the fact that Loud isn't gonna give the old Loud a chance, because there's also rumors that Sadhack is not staying with KC.
Yeah.
Less vitality is a whole thing.
Hmm.
He has explore options. I think you bring him back. Pancada's here.
Yeah.
Bring back the team, and then keep Verdi, I guess, as your duelist or whatever you want to do. But then again, it's kind of just like weird that you're dropping Luxo after just like he's literally highest ACS, highest rating,
Yeah.
whatever you want to go, just insane player. Um, but I don't really know what they're doing with the team. Loud and NA or Loud and just America's just no South American players is a little weird. I don't know. Somehow, like they're trialing EU, Victor, whatever. It could be an interesting idea, but I think I'd rather go back to old Loud, or if anything, I'd try an iteration of that with Luck show in, even if we need to drop Verdi, although he's great and all that.
Yep.
But it's just kind of just weird. I don't know. There's not really much thoughts. Wish them the best, but yeah, it's just kind of there's not really much you can do when the stage went pretty bad for you. There just needs to be some
Yeah.
changes, but I can't really tell you. I can't again. It's just I can't really tell you what is the change. Like Pancada again, veteran, need him on the team. Didn't have the greatest stage two, but he didn't have a bad stage two either. Kawanzine, same thing for him. Um, Not really much can be said. I just think they need to keep like if there is a player to keep
It's Luxo.
without bias, you need to keep Luke Show or Luck Show
Yeah.
on the team. I just even if you go international or predominantly NA players, there's no reason you should drop him. There's just no
Yeah.
reason.
I can't imagine. Like I know Leviathan was like already trialing other players, but it's like, can you imagine? Like, wait, Luxo and Cortezia play the same role?
Uh,
I know
some
Luxo's a
maps.
Viper.
Yeah, he's a Viper player, so sometimes I'm sure they can make it work.
Okay, okay. Because if they were to make like Cortezia play like the hard like the Senti role, and then Luxo the hard Viper, it's like I don't know. I feel like it's weird because I think they both might if they play similar roles, then it's hard to see them on the same team. But like I was thinking
Yeah,
if
it's definitely
Leviathan got both of them with Sato, that's a whole different fucking monster. Like
yeah.
that's a force we reckon with. But it's like we've seen too many times where we have like all these teams that like we have all these players who are really good at what they do, and it just doesn't work out.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, I guess last words from me. It would be that's why I think you can easily go back to the tried and tested.
Yeah,
Tried
yeah.
and tested. Sadak, great caller. I mean, again, it's kind of just like how Boaster works.
Mm-hmm.
Except I think for him, it's not like as versatile as Boaster. Boaster, you give him any player, any roster. To be fair, they're a bunch of shooters, but he calls them to like a thing. Sadak, I would say his problem calling is probably just as good, but just maybe you need the boys. You need the boys. So like,
Yeah,
um, not really work out for him at all in EMEA. I would say. So
yeah.
I don't
Yeah. I
know.
mean, really, if they brought Sadak back, yeah. I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, they got Pancata, Kawazine. You know, you really like Luxo and Les can't be on the same team. I feel like because they play the exact same role.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, that is the main issue.
But if they were to
But
just get rid of Robbie and put Sadak back, I feel like it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world because Sadak has connection with Hankata and Kawazine. I'm sure Luxo will be totally fine. And then I think Verdi can understand Portuguese. So I don't
yeah,
think
he's good. He's good.
yeah, so I think
Yeah, I mean,
it's really just a. I mean, if they did the one off, just a one swap, I think we could see where it would be. And like they need to play in off season events because I'm tired of seeing these teams not playing off season events with these teams. They just go straight into tier one and they just get shit on. It's just
yeah,
frustrating.
I just definitely agree.
MIBR, like what a run! Like, and now you have all these talks about what's it called, the roster changes, and you have literally Cortezia, Ardzin, and Zenom. Like, like, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, we already kind of talked about it earlier. I just don't know why we're dropping Cortezia. Like, it just doesn't make sense. I think if I had the choice here, the only reasoning I could think of them only keeping Verno and Aspas is that if they're trying to make a more like a international team, mixed team,
Mm-hmm.
to kind of help out Verno. But again, I don't think that's really a problem. Like if you were to get rid of people, I would say Artzin and Genom or Shenum is possible replacements. But
Yeah.
again, I think the team clearly from this run that they were able to put through with a
Mm-hmm.
little boot camp that they did meshes together. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter whether there's some comms issues or some um, conflict of interests.
Yeah.
It was working. They just kind of got unlucky. Um,
Yeah.
Faced NRG on DRX, who ended
Mm-hmm.
up playing out of their minds. It's like
Mm-hmm.
there's not really anything you can say for that. But I do think, I mean, obviously, Verno, shout out to him, somehow turned the team from like a very horrible looking team where Aspas wasn't even like looking like Aspas,
Yeah.
to just back up to form. Shout out to the coach as well, Coach Fraud. It's just kind of like looking great, like bringing everybody back, meshing together. I just don't understand the Cortezia drop. But I guess, I mean, they clearly have something in mind. Like they have
Yeah.
something in mind where they're trying to get a better smokes player. I don't know who that would be. They're trying to build around two powerhouses of Verno and Aspas.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I mean, again, I think the team could have worked. My only like, if I were to be very critical, I would say that Arson played a really great game, but I just think that he really puts himself down. I don't know. He like not the team, but I think he could be like a great player if he believes in himself more. Like every time I've seen him, like whenever he collapses very hard.
You
Like
know.
if it's a bad game, it's a very bad game. But if it's a good game, like he is their impact player. If
Yeah.
Artson is playing good, they're winning every single game.
Yeah.
No
It's crazy.
question.
It's crazy because now, like when you mention that, like the whole mental thing, it's like, do you just get a performance coach? Like, do you just get someone that helps them keep their mental in check instead of
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'll tell you that he definitely needs to either fix it out himself or, yeah, for the team. I don't think that it was like a team wide issue, but
yeah.
it's just like I think that his like he was so on and off. Like I've never seen such a hot and cool player. It's like
Mm-hmm.
either amazing and he's the reason they're winning alongside obviously like Aspas is Aspas.
Yeah.
Verno's probably improving in the calling. But like his impact on the server, you could feel it, whether it
Oh,
was good or bad. And then
100%.
Shenum, I don't know. It's like I'm sure you can find an upgrade, but I didn't really have any problem with like the controller role. It
Yeah.
was good.
Yeah.
World champions out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Another like
Yeah.
EG-esque run
No,
by
I
the EG
actually.
hit the guy himself, Ethan.
Yeah.
Lucky bracket side this time, I would say though. But again, just
I'd agree.
everybody rise to the occasion. What are your thoughts on NRG? Did they need any changes? I mean, probably not. But what would you do here?
NRG, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I like it's this shit that happens with these championship rosters. I don't even want to like put it into the air. I don't think anything should happen with this team, and I think I know they just had a run of champs, but I think this team is really really good. I don't think the Odin is gonna. I don't think people are gonna get into the Odin like that quickly. Like I know they have like an off season of like 4 months ish, but there's no way that people get into it that quickly. I think Brock will still be an amazing Odin player. He'll know more than anybody else. I think you have Mata who can just flex on any duelist and be remarkable. Second half player, by the way. Don't get Mata started on the first half. If you start on the first half, you lost. Scuba, literally elite company. He literally just a rock. Literally just a rock. Like on defense, on attack, he'll clutch. Psalm, come on, man. Like Psalm, dog. Like
Yeah,
W stripper. Like love Psalm. I think the thing is like I remember Ethan was saying like if he didn't make it international, he was retiring, and so now it's like what happens like the man is married. It's like
yeah.
it's
He's
like
got responsibilities, you
exactly,
know. Yeah.
exactly. It's like what happened. It's like the thing is, I don't like what I want and what's gonna happen. I can't really tell you. Like I would want this team to stay together. I wouldn't want anyone to leave. I don't want anybody to retire because they really got it. Like this team really got it, and they can keep trying to be the best team in the world if they really stay together and put their heart to it.
Yeah,
But
for NRG, I mean, if I were to give some thoughts, I think this is what you call a team. This is a
mm-hmm.
team. Like if you had an embodiment of the team in VCT right here, this is it. The only reason I think they won is because they mesh so well. You do have pop-offs by all these players.
Yep, every single one of
Everybody
them.
can do it, but it's like that's not their like strong suit. I think like we saw it plenty of times. They won two games where Aspas was fragging, or one of the games specifically. Aspas had 80 kills, and the team MIBR as a whole had
Mm-hmm.
20 something more kills than them,
Yep,
and you win.
and they
That's
win.
that's what you call a team.
Yep.
You're winning rounds that you shouldn't be winning, and the only reason you're winning with these rounds is because you're a team. You're playing as a team. Everybody's on the same page, and it's going for you. I mean, you can call it a lucky break, but it's just I think they just did an amazing job.
Yeah.
What I hope for the team, exactly the same as you. I think they should stay the same, stay as a group. I would say I don't think Ethan is the one to retire. If it had to be done, Sam might go like the FNS route,
Yeah.
kind of achieved all he did. The rock of the team, he's done his job. Could retire, go into streaming again, kind of like a tens move.
Yeah.
Um, I, I hope that doesn't happen, but there's plenty of like controllers that could be taking his spot. Like there's so many. Like you can even bring in Xander. Um,
Oh.
there's a lot of moves. I don't think they bring as much as Sam. I hope he doesn't retire. But my one hot take is that if this team has like the classic champs run and then they somehow get separated or fall, um, Scuba is the one player to get poached. I think amazing player. And I think that there are teams like if NRG isn't super hard, like for big money, obviously, but if NRG are super keen on keeping him, teams like G2, Sen, that's an asset for both of those teams. Like
Yeah.
whether you like it or not,
No. Yeah.
Scuba is the player to get poached because I think that NRG are never getting rid of Mata. I think Mata is like the Sen second, which we will talk about.
Mm-hmm.
But there's interesting changes there. But I think he is the embodiment of like that's your franchise player. You're
Yeah.
keeping him. I guess more specifically, it's like Oxy. You can't get rid of him.
Yeah.
And then Brock is Brock. You're not gonna get rid of him after like that. And then I don't know. I think I would say that's kind of extra motivation. Like this whole win and this whole run was extra motivation for Ethan because
Mm-hmm.
he was talking about, as you said, like they might retire. But I think he's at the spot that he needs to be for a player like him at his age.
Yeah.
He's IGLing. He's very good, like very, very good shooting. Nice. Only reason I would say that they even won champs,
Oh,
map 5, disaster
yeah.
class by everybody. While Ethan is single-handedly
Keep
like
them in
winning
there.
rounds, just
Yeah.
winning, winning, just winning, just winning. It's unbelievable. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I hope they stay together. Hopefully they stick together. It's there's nothing else to say. But what a run! Even if the team like breaks apart, what a run! Like an amazing run. again, like EGS run.
You know,
Ethan might be the player.
when you mentioned the scuba poaching, I was just thinking about the fact that like people wanted scuba for so long, but scuba was in jail for oxygen. And it made
Yep.
me start thinking about tier two players, and it's like there are so many tier two players that are literally outshining a lot of players that were already tier one, so to say. Like Brock just came up, then you have Mata. Like I think Mata and Brock were both on MXS, and well, look at
Yep.
them now. Like, look at them now.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
amazing run. I mean,
like,
there's nothing
like
else to
a
be
lot
said.
of players that were on MXS are quite literally like some of the best players in the league right now. Like we talked about Cloud9 earlier. We talked about Vic and how literally Cloud9 should keep
Yep.
Vic if they were to do anything else. And it's like now you have Brock and Mata. Like that Moist like Shopify team was different. Like
Yeah. It
they were
was
different. Like
producing players. Yeah.
yeah, literally. Like I don't know what Ludwig knew, but he had players in his pocket. It was just like it was literally just remarkable. And now you have them on NRG, and it's just looking like this team is so good. No changes should be done. Not even coaching staff. Everything should like
Yeah, no changes needed for this
they
team.
should stay
Yeah, for sure.
because that's a family more
We'll
than
just
anything.
see if that happens. We'll just see. Hopefully that happens, but we'll see how that goes through, what happens. But yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And City, hey man, Sentinels.
Everybody's favorite team, man.
Yeah, yeah. They are something else right now. Very, very. It's really weird because like when you look at this roster, you thought like after losing Tens and Saucy, bringing in Zekin in there, as I said, Zekin funny, bringing in Bang and Air, you just think like, they're pretty good like replacements on the 1-to-1, but it's like they're both very young with nothing under the belt compared to Tens and Saucy who both had a ring of their own. So it's like it's hard because when you're gauging this team, you think like they had like good runs, but it's like this team itself definitely like fell apart. Like,
Yeah, it did not look good. It did not look good. I think if I were to like just start really quickly, I think
yeah,
that there was a couple people critiquing just them, and I think this is the best critique of them was that this team was playing to adapt to other people's play style.
uh huh,
That's their first mistake. You don't or you shouldn't, because if you adapt, you're already a step behind.
yeah,
And I never saw this team being the team who controls the game. They always were getting controlled, and they did a pretty good job at bringing it back. But
mm-hmm,
that's not how you want to be playing Valorant. You don't want to be the you don't want to be team playing catch up. That's not the goal.
yeah,
And I don't know, it just didn't mess well. As you said, experience could be the problem. Calling could be the problem. I mean, I know that a little while back, I don't know how accurate these leaks were, but there was supposedly some tier two players coming up, and they were playing with Narrates, Zelsis, and Bang, but there
mm-hmm,
wasn't John QT and Zekan, and that's why I was talking about that. Like, although he is the franchise player, Sen could be getting rid of Zekan. I don't think that will happen. I think it's just trials. They're
yeah.
gonna go through a set of them. They're gonna resettle on Zekan, but um, that's kind of just what I'm thinking about. I'm not really sure like what's the move, but
I think it's just very. I think thinking about touching second and John T is the craziest part in my opinion because I think those two are the best players on this team. I think Bang is a really good controller, no doubt, but I just don't know if like he fits the Sentinels vibe that comes with the territory itself.
yeah.
Uh, like
I
we
mean,
already,
that's the problem. That's the
yeah,
problem. Let me just bounce off of that idea real quick. I think that's the problem. To be a Send player, you need to be able to handle the heat like Zelsis.
yeah,
I think he's really, really, if we're talking about this iteration, really as like the figure of Sen.
yeah,
Um, he's the only person who really embodies him.
mm-hmm.
I can see how in their head, like I don't know about these trials, how like they think that Narrate can handle it as well. I think he can do it, but I don't know. With this iteration, I just didn't see a lot of fire in any of these players, to be
Yeah,
honest. Like
yeah,
like that does like as much as I think John QT like specifically is a good caller, great mechanics, and again, as you said, like Bang and Zekin being great at their roles, like there was no fire. Like I would say like just like you said, Tens and Saucy. I don't know. I would say the glue of that team wasn't even Tens. It was Saucy. Saucy was
Oh
the
yeah,
reason that these guys were just banging out like rounds after rounds.
100%,
But
no doubt.
it's just they're they need a Saucy. I don't know who that will be for them. You know.
Hmm. The thing is also like with that Sentinels roster, like with Tenzin Saucy, it was like you have Saucy who's a champion, who's one of champions. You have Tenzin who's one of masters, but it's like you have the thing. John QT actually had so much more support, and I don't think he gets that support when it comes from like Bang and narrate. I think that like the hard
Yeah, for
anchors
sure. The
of
second
Saucy,
color.
yeah, of Saucy and Tens, like so like whenever you heard any like voice comes out of all of them, like you can tell that Saucy Intense also took over at certain points. It like it relieved John QT of like his duties whenever he like shit happened. But it's like I don't think you're getting that from Narrate or and Bang. I just don't think it's happening.
Yeah, you're not. I think it's just Zelsis helping out. You know, Zelsis
Exactly.
is just the only one helping out, and that's kind of rough. I don't know. It really, I would say you keep John QT, but I've seen some people also talk about like let Zelsis IGL. I mean, it's a thought,
It's a thought for
but you're
sure.
it's a thought. It's a thought for sure. But how are you gonna gauge that? I have no idea how
I
you're
have
gonna
no
gauge
idea.
that.
I think the other thing that I saw was there's speculations with Decken dual queuing with Cryo, and now that brings me back to what I wanted to talk about for 100 Thieves was the fact that like if they were to run up uh say a rise type of situation and then bring Zekin in for the duelist role because we don't play with Shanks, you know what I'm saying? But like you have like say you have Zekin, you have Cryo on you have Zekin on duelist, you have Cryo on Senti, you bring Superman in for smokes. I think you keep EU, but if they were to get rid of EU and they bring Derek in again, like, hey man, there
Yeah, there's a lot of
there's,
options there.
there's
I
something
agree.
there that
There's
can be done.
Yeah, there's a lot of options. I don't know. It's just it's kind of rough to critique send players
Hmm.
because the org is so massive
Yeah,
and the
exactly.
expectations are so high. I mean, now that we think about it, I'm pretty sure they're choosing to keep Kaplan. I think
Oh
Kaplan is
yeah.
again a good head coach. Like he's like, but I would say that like I'm not sure how much confidence. Like I would say like this is one of the least confident send
Oh
rosters
yeah.
that I've seen.
They're
So
more
I don't
confident
know.
with Shroud. Like, are you
Yeah,
kidding me?
exactly. They were yeah. So I don't know if like again, a lot of people like flack for performance coaches or
Yeah.
like they say some teams need them. Something that could help. Maybe I don't know. Maybe a more like a deeper dive or someone like Kaplan, like
Hmm.
like-minded. I don't know. Like I'm not a like Kaplan hater per
Yeah.
se, but you could potentially think about coach like what a coach can do replacements or I'm pretty sure they're keeping him, but we'll see what happens there. But I don't even know um what they're gonna do. But the team, whatever whoever the team chooses to field,
Hmm.
we need more confidence. The
Yep.
only player on that team, on this team, that was playing with confidence was Zelsis on Vice. Not even
Yes.
Zelsis.
Yes.
Zelsis on Vice was a force.
Yep.
But other than that, I didn't see anything that was like, okay, well, that's why this team is winning,
Hmm.
you know?
Oh, that reminds me. Sentinel was supposed to have an announcement actually 20 minutes ago. Let me pull it up real quick.
All right, let's take a look.
All right, here we go. I'm about to say, who is this? Oh, okay.
Oh, that's the.
Am I being trolled?
Wait, what is this about?
Oh, I think I'm getting
Okay,
trolled.
well, that had nothing to do with
Oh, wait, hold on.
Valorant.
Hang on. I'm actually speeding up because there's actually more to talk about. Oh, okay. Never mind.
no, that's just. I mean, congratulations on set on their league roster.
Like whatever, bro. I mean, I guess, bro. Like I
But
don't.
yeah, I thought that was gonna be some actual update, but yeah, it
Yeah, I
wasn't. But I
guess
mean, I
not.
don't know. I think we really talked about everything. You could consider coaching changes. You could consider whether you want to risk everything on Zelsa's IGLing.
Yeah.
Um, I wouldn't say that's the move, but it is. It's just rough. It's a rough situation. Uh, I do think that I guess they're kind of approaching it properly by just trying a lot of players out. We'll see what works for them.
Yeah.
And then hopefully it gives the Sen fans something to like actually cheer for rather than just runs that get close but they don't actually end up getting there, you know.
Yeah. I know.
I guess let's talk about the golden era team, the team that keeps trying different iterations. Very good team, but fails when it comes to it. You know, it's just always there.
Mhm. Yeah.
Very strong force. We always, at least me and you, we rate them very highly, but they keep disappointing us. You know,
Every single time.
the big G2, the big G2. What do you think happens? What do you think? How are we working with G2 here? What are they supposed to do?
It's like it's like when I think about G2, it's like how did they not win anything this year? You know, it's like you have the core of the guard who was always terrorizing tier one, right? You have Valen, Jonah P, Trent. You pick up Leaf, and then you move him to the Sentinel role, which is a good thing. And then you have a duelist role, which gets filled by Joggermo. Like the previous year, you had Icy as your duelist, and Icy wasn't terrible. You know, he was good. He just wasn't enough. You get Joggermo, who clearly is supposed to be the enough factor after his performance on EG in that year, and now you have this entire roster who quite literally should just be winning. Like they should be winning. Like they won every single America's stage, and then you have,
Yep.
then you lose in fucking the was it? What is it, the 25, the first Masters? What was it? Was it Bangkok?
Yeah, you lose there in the finals
Yeah, you
to
lose in the
T1.
finals to T1 to T fucking one. Come on, the T1. I don't care. I don't care what people say about T1, bro. That they should not lose to T1.
Yeah, the team flopped afterwards. It says enough already. I mean,
Yeah,
that was
it,
just a miracle run. You really can't say
exactly.
anything. Everything clicked for them at the right time, but you already knew that team, again, great players, great everything. It just clicked. It just clicked. There's
Yeah,
nothing. I would say that wasn't like, if we're talking about teams, just to briefly say it, it's like that wasn't an NRG caliber team
oh,
where you
100%.
could call them a team. That was just luck with timing, you know?
Yeah, yeah. So I just like when I'm thinking about G2, it's just like I don't like. I just doesn't. It doesn't feel like a change should be done. I feel like literally. I feel like their champs run ended on that 11. Was it 11? No, I think it was 12-11 round on Lotus. I think it's 12-11 or 11-11. One of the two. But it's like no 11-11. That it was 11-11 in Leaf whiffs on
The
Forsaken,
whiff, the whiff. Wow, yeah, the
and
whiff. Yeah.
it's like if that whiff doesn't happen, I think they win. Maybe Super X.
They
I feel like
definitely
the whiff.
they get up there. They
Yeah,
get up there, you know.
they get up there. I think the whiff ruined everything. After
I mean, I would
losing,
say
they just
also on
lost
top of
again.
that, there's just it's kind of unlucky. We have the great upper bracket teams.
Yeah,
So somebody was gonna get the short end of the stick. To be fair, it shouldn't have been G2.
yeah, I agree.
Like realistically thinking.
The problem is like they what's it called? Like I don't hate I actually really enjoy watching Paper X, and I think G2 definitely, I don't want to say that they give them a break because they should have already won this year, but it's like the number of times G2 has played Paper X in champs needs to be studied. They've actually played Paper X maybe I think 4 times in champs. They played them in multiple groups, playoffs, and they just lose to them. Well, they beat them in groups, but
Yeah,
they
they beat
lose
them
now.
sometimes, they've
It,
lost to them sometimes, yeah.
it's just like when it comes to champs, though. Whenever they make the playoffs, they just bomb out. They lose the first. They lose back to back.
Yeah, yeah.
They just
It's just
it's
yeah,
something
it's
was
just it's
something is
just
wrong.
rough.
It's just
Yeah,
and it's like I don't think like what kind of change could even be made.
yeah, I mean, I don't really have a specific change. Again, like I'm thinking the same way as you, but I mean, like I don't know what's causing them. to collapse in these moments. Again, like you could say that DRX had a great like rise in here with this just literally Yoru Wele
Yeah.
is their identity, you know? Like you can say that that's unexpected, or you can say that that's like an increase in level, but it just doesn't make sense that they drop this much just because they're playing international. It
Hmm.
doesn't make sense. They play such fundamental Valorant that you'd think that they could be able to do it. Like when you think about NRG as a team, right?
Yeah.
This team is more cohesive, has the star player or
Yeah.
players, and I guess if you want to be very specific, Jogemo and Trent earlier on kind of Tejo Merchant, so kind of fell off there.
Yeah.
But but I don't know what the problem is. Like in my head, it could also be like I'm not really sure why they keep pushing the Tejo. Like just adapts.
Yeah.
I don't like even though they were winning the Tejo comp on Lotus, I don't like that's not the reason they lost Lotus.
Yeah.
They To be fair, they should have probably won both maps against Paper X. They choked both.
Yeah.
But like I don't see like the team comp sometimes confuse me. Like it just doesn't make sense. Like you could just play what's traditionally the better comp rather than try to fit the player.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
I see other teams are running it too. Like RRQ also bombed out running the Tejo. It's just I don't know. It's just there's no real solve to this team,
Hmm.
but I do think they need to change. Who should they change? I couldn't tell you. I
I
have no
couldn't tell
idea.
you. I think
It's just
like when you bring up the Lotus comp, it's like the crazy thing is they have the players that can play the standard roles. Like Jonah P can just hop on Vise, you know, like Valen Omen, you know, like you have Leaf who plays Viper, like obviously Trent just hops on Fade. I feel like it's just they're complicating shit for no reason.
Yeah,
Like
I don't know. I don't know if that's like I think Josh RT is like one of the also like another embodiment of like a great head coach.
yeah,
Like I think he's always there. He's always there. Like obviously they've been together. Like I don't think you can like the bond again. It's kind of like this bond that somehow NRG managed to grasp within one stage, and even more specifically within their champs run. Like a great bond between coaches, players, staff, anything. They already have this. That's the thing. It's not even needed at champs. I just think that I'm not really sure like whose strategy they're running there. Like I think maybe like a strategic coach or like a some change there because I don't really understand when you have that much firepower, you don't need to force an agent that like let's say he's more comfortable on. Like that
right,
doesn't really matter at that point. You should let the other players who shine on those agents shine rather than being like, okay, well, cater to Trent.
yeah,
Like
exactly.
that I don't see that as like a it just doesn't make sense. And again, if we talk about it, they're with that comp, with that trash comp, if I have to say, they beat NRG at their own game.
Yeah,
They played a better op crutch, double
Odin,
Odin crutch,
yeah, uh
yeah,
huh,
double Odin crutch than NRG, and they were able to make that work with this comp. Why not just run a normal comp if you can play better at the game of a team that's just won champs. Like
exactly.
it's the only team. It's NRG's kryptonite.
Yeah,
G2. To
yep.
be fair, it's every America's team's kryptonite. But like just just work off of that. You don't need all these like crazy ideas. You're
Mm-hmm.
already like a crazy team, you know? That's all I have
Already a
to say.
crazy like bro. Like every player is already like a top five player in their role.
Yeah.
In America, it's easy. It's easy. And it's just they did. I don't know. I just
You
don't
could
know.
beat a bunch of teams with Baby Bay, man. That
Right,
guy's an analyst.
right. They got Baby Bay. They just threw him on Chamber, and they won all the time. I don't know, man. They just
Yeah, it's G2, man. I mean, they
yeah,
need to win. They or if they don't win, I don't know what to say. This team is like it might be. I mean, there is a player that comes in mind if I'm gonna dive into CS for 1 second. It's like the whole team is Nico. Nico is like one of like if you
oh
consider
yeah,
like top five player all time. This guy's never won a major in CS.
outrageous.
Something just doesn't click for him. You know, it's just except in this case, it's the whole team. The whole team just refuses to win. So it is what it is. Um, Not much else to say.
Two Game Esports, the team that just made it into Tier One just this recent year through Ascension, and now they have to go back to Ascension after this year.
Yeah, I mean, just I would say very short thoughts. Rough season for them. Some tough circumstances. I would say again, like the players were good. Like if I had to critique a player on this team, but again, it's not really their fault. As Gobera had to come into the IGL role with obviously
Yeah.
like not a lot of experience. Zap, unfortunate situation with him. Like just I'm not sure what he said to management or what happened there. Got dropped. Kind of lost the core identity of their team.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Wish them the best of luck in Ascension, and the only thing I have to say is just somebody has to pick up Spike. Like we already talked about it earlier,
Oh yeah, Leviathan.
On whether he's going to Lev or any of the teams. But yeah, just somebody pick this guy up, and I mean, wish them the best of luck in Ascension. But just rough circumstances, I guess. It's not really. I wouldn't say the entire year is just their fault only, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah, it's rough. 2G, man, like there's really nothing that you can really say. If anything, like if it comes to like Ascension teams, like we saw um the Chinese teams, the Ascension teams both make champs. And they were literally competing to whoever got a higher place would not go to Ascension. And it's like the unfortunate thing is that 2G had to compete against G2 when it comes to this thing. And we already know how good G2 was. They're
Yeah, there's
borderline,
just yeah,
yeah,
no
borderline the best
chance.
team. Actually, not even borderline. I mean, besides
They're supposed to
Energy,
be the
they're
best
supposed to be
team,
the
but
best team in Americas, and they're an Ascension team, quote unquote. But it's just like there's just no chance. Good luck to them in Ascension. I don't think they're gonna win. I think some of these Ascension teams are literally
yeah,
crazy.
there's a couple of crazy Ascension teams. So
So, yeah,
yeah, I mean, especially with if they keep this roster to field,
yeah. If they keep
and
this
yeah,
roster, they are not. They're not going back to tier one. So,
yep.
well, that's everything. Let us know your thoughts on the roster changes and what moves would you make to any of these rosters in the upcoming season. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next video.